How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. We're going to be talking about everything Hbar with you guys, really understanding what we're looking at as far as Hbar is concerned and what we could be expecting as we are going into Tuesday morning. So looking across the board, we're seeing double-digit gainers across the market right now, which of course is nice to see. If you did watch my XRP and Caspa update, I'm sure you guys are aware as to what's happening. But if you're looking across the board right now, Hbar is up 12.5% on the daily time frame, with the price currently sitting at 15.4 cents, also up 9.1% in BTC comparative. Now, if you're looking at the valuation side of things, $6.5 billion in the 24-hour trading volume at about 240 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So now, if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance index here, of course, I mentioned this in my XRP and Caspa update. We are starting to see the dominance, pulling down, as we could see for ourselves. While BTC did have a beautiful bounce towards the upside, still haven't really been able to claim back above 106,800. But we did come very close to that. Of course, as I've projected to you guys several times, that's a level I'm keeping an eye out on. And we would love to see the price, turning into this key resistance, turning into support. But let's talk about this beautiful bounce. So in terms of what we talked about, the potential of Bitcoin retesting these levels, it did end up happening. But since then, BTC is up a staggering 8%. So that itself explains why we're seeing double-digit gainers across the market, because 8% is not a small move for the king of the market, and dominance, pulling down, even though we're sitting at 65%. Imagine, what would have happened if the likes of the dominance was at 61.9%. I think we would have seen much more upside. But now, if you're looking at Hbar here, of course, Hbar did end up seeing a beautiful bounce. We are still below that key resistance. We're in the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. We pretty much saw a double bottom, and the double bottom obviously retesting the April level. And since then, you are starting to see the price climb up, and we are obviously still below that key resistance at the 15.5 cents, but pretty much very close to it. And maybe tomorrow morning, if we're waking up, we could already see the price back above here, because based off what Bitcoin's doing, Bitcoin is looking really good. But this key resistance, only a 1% move towards the upside. And if we're able to turn this into support, that's exactly what we want to see happening. And then, I could be projecting 16.9 cents price target to be next for Hbar. But so far, so good. Really like what I'm seeing here. If you had some buy orders placed in around this range, and let's face it, not a lot of interest was here, for broader altcoin market around this range. But if you are, dollar cost averaging, and you understand, there is a famous saying: be greedy while others are fearful, be fearful while others are greedy. If you were a dollar cost average in during the bloodbath, you are up right now instantly about 22.45% just since yesterday. So that itself is amazing to see. Is this a turnaround for the broader market? We'll see what happens. We need to wait for a little bit more confirmation, but BTC is looking amazing right now. If it's able to turn back above 106,800, that could get really exciting. But let me know down below what you guys think. Of course, in terms of an altcoin season to really occur, dominance is still really high. We cannot ignore that, but I'll keep you guys covered. We'll see you later. I'm in Crypto ZX, and peace out.